a group of healthcare professionals, doctors, and scientists who are Americans, Armenian Americans. We took a trip to the U.S. Embassy to have a meeting with the U.S. ambassador and staff. The purpose of the meeting was to truly express our concern of the humanitarian crisis that is taking place as we speak, more than 205 days as a result of the blockade of the Azerbaijani regime. So we went to voice our deep concerns of the healthcare crisis that is taking place, of the basic human rights of the people of Artsakh, and share our concerns as Americans, as American-Armenians, to our government representative here in Armenia, so that we make our voices heard and also hear from them for potential solutions to this issue, and also for potential recommendations on what we can do as citizens and as healthcare professionals. We had a discussion on the true state of events, both from a humanitarian crisis. We shared our knowledge with the ambassador, and the solutions that we see is for the Azerbaijani government to be held accountable for the illegal blockade, and to immediately open the blockade, for there to be unrestricted access and unrestricted free travel of the people. And essentially, we don't see another way, that this issue will be resolved. To that effect, we will continue to advocate. We won't stop. We will continue to push in whatever means possible from various aspects, from the American government, from international bodies, United Nations, and whatever have you, until we reach a resolution. And we also want to make sure that if the people of Artsakh are watching, that they hear that we're with them. We know that they are struggling. We are struggling too, and you're not forgotten. We are with you. You are our brothers and sisters. We are doing everything we can on multiple fronts to find a peaceful resolution to this issue. There was an idea that was suggested to us to advocate from the standpoint or from the voice of healthcare professionals. Of course, all of us are advocating for Artsakh, for a peaceful solution for Artsakh as individuals, as various political organizations. However, the idea that we came up with as we were leaving was that perhaps we will better organize as healthcare, specifically healthcare organizations, in raising awareness and about the specific healthcare humanitarian crisis that is unfolding.
As healthcare professionals, we have an opportunity to make the point that this is a medical crisis, a humanitarian crisis. And there is power in our voice as a singular voice, not a political voice, but a voice for the crisis that we're involved. So we're on the same page, and we made that point to the ambassador. Your question about osteoporosis, thank you for it. Yes, we did have a program in Artsakh, and of the 11 bone densitometers that are brought to Armenia, one is in Artsakh. We have been there, again, before the crisis. We had conferences there, and we were very hopeful to expand our research. In fact, we have looked at the issues related to thyroid hormone and vitamin D in Artsakh as separate studies. So we were hopeful that we could have continued our work, and hopefully, when and if, we'll be able to continue our work. So we've always felt that Artsakh was part of our overall effort in Armenia.
The blockade is reaching its 7th month. Hundreds of physicians from around the world who are experts in their field are gathering for this conference this week. So we took the opportunity to reach out to the U.S. Embassy, ask for a meeting, and 8 of us were allowed to go and meet with the ambassador to make our points. Something we advocated for was a renewed investigation by the USAID. We used the word crisis a lot, which is something that the American government has not been using. We asked for the United States to put pressure to enforce the International Court of Justice's ruling from February, which was to open the blockade. We discussed Azerbaijan's recent escalation in June when they really blocked all humanitarian aid going into Artsakh. We as health professionals specifically focused on the lack of medications, the lack of healthy foods, the psychosocial effects of being in a blockade for so long, as well as the issue of having critical patients who are being denied transportation to Armenia for specialty care. I think we have to take every step we can. It's impossible to say what really will work. But I think that we took the opportunity. We couldn't come here as Armenian-American health professionals to Armenia and not try to get an audience with someone who is influential. I think the ambassador was very receptive to us. She responded to all of our comments. She seemed to agree with a lot of our points. She assured us that she was doing a lot on her end. A lot is not publicized. And I think at the end of the day, there's a note that goes back from the ambassador's office to the United States, to Washington, D.C. And we don't know what that note will say, but hopefully it will convey our concerns about Artsakh to the right people. And who knows? We'll see what that does.